This is LiveMan21, and I decided to make a quick tutorial on the PWN Samsung 9081 VQ multi-lens camera. And the reason I decided to make this tutorial is because the packaging that they actually send the camera in has little to nothing inside of it. It comes with some hardwire power sources, BNC connector for coax conversions, a quick start guide, some waterproofing instructions. Obviously, that gives you the WiseNet instruction book installer and that. So you would have to run this disc if you wanted the manual, or if you're like me, you just go to the internet and Google search for the Samsung manual, and then you find out how to do anything that you need to do with this camera. So what I wanted to do was actually, this camera has the ability, one of the lenses can actually be taken off and placed directly in the center for a view directly below the camera instead of having a 360 view. And so I just wanted to make a quick video so that you could get right to it instead of having to read multiple pages or launch a CD to find the answer. So basically what you want to do is you're going to find the lens that is marked as the center lens, and you need to remove this housing. So there's a plastic housing that is covering the lens, and in order to do that, you actually need to push out on both sides at the same time of this housing. You're going to push it outwards. So if you're doing the right side, you're going to push it that way. If you're doing the left side, you're going to push it that way. And you'll be able to pull it directly up and remove it off of the lens. If you've already taken off the lens coverings on these, be careful, because if you're taking this on and off, you will scratch the lens. So luckily I have not unpackaged this totally, so when I remove this, I did not damage the glass lens at all. So the next step you want to do is you're going to actually remove the lens from this ring that it's mounted on. So all four of these lenses actually have a magnetic bottom to it, and if you see in here, there is a metal ring, and so each of these lenses is somewhat magnetized to this housing. So in order to remove it from the housing ring, you'll see that there's a tab here, and you'll know that this is the center camera because none of the other four lenses actually have that tab on them to remove it. So this is the only camera that has this tab to remove it. So you just simply push this in, and you're going to kind of push the camera forward a bit, and it should pop right off. So now that you have the camera off, you're going to want to kind of rearrange these lenses a bit so that you have a better view here. So just push them and kind of slide them around the ring. And so what you want to do now is, what I did was I angled this bracket so it's almost at a 90. You could go all the way 90 if you wanted to, and go straight up and down to the bracket. And so what you're going to do is, there are 4 feet on the bottom of this, and you see that there's 4 holes in the center here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just going to match up the feet on the bottom of the bracket to the feet on this housing. And this is metal also right here. This is metal, and there is a magnet on the bottom of that plastic housing. So when you get close, it's actually going to like suck the lens down. Be careful, because when it sucks it down, you're going to think that it's connected, but you're going to want to make sure that your housing is actually clipped in with this clip on the. So if you don't do that, you'll hang the camera and the lens will fall down. So make sure you do that. So they give you some wiring, extra wiring length on this lens so that you can route it. So let's see here if I can do this with one hand. So you see that it kind of is fighting me a little bit. It's because that magnet is actually going to snap it down, and then you just got to make sure that your feet are in and that this clip actually clips in. So now your camera's actually firmly attached. Now be careful because you can route this cable down underneath here through this groove. Mine is kind of just routed around it right now. But you're just going to want to be careful because if you're moving these cameras around, you might sever it just a little bit. But it should be fine. It does have a good kind of a waxy coating on it, so it should slide pretty well. So there you have it. My center camera is now mounted, which you can aim most likely directionally down. And you are good to go. Comment, like, share. Let me know if I should need to add anything. Have a good day. Thanks.